Hey guys, Dave here, RN RV Chronicles. Katie's on the other side there. Really, she's really there. Anyways, today we're going to go ahead and we are going to put on some shocks in the front here of this motorhome. We got a whole bunch of different things coming throughout this next week and, well, this week and next week. We need to do some serious upgrading on this suspension. Today we're going to start with the simplest one, and that is changing out the Bilstein shocks that came with the motorhome, and we're going to change them out. So just stay tuned and follow along. Okay guys, here's the shock we're going to be putting on. We're going to be replacing the Bilsteins that came on the motorhome from the factory. So we're going to put on the FDS ponies. Now the FDS stands for frequency selective dampening. And how that works is as you're going down the road and the coach is vibrating and you're hitting the potholes and the expansion joints and everything else, it actually opens up a valve allowing more of a softer ride. But once you start hitting some corners and whatnot, and that frequency closes up, that vibration, it will close up that there valve, making it stiffer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on, and we're going to see how it is. I have always heard some really good reviews on this, so let's go ahead and see the difference. This is the shock here that we're going to be removing. That bolt up there, we're going to have to get onto that. It's way up in there, so I'm going to have to find a way to sit up inside here and get to that. And we'll get that off. And then there is another bolt down low here, right there. And we're going to go ahead and get that one off as well. And change these around.
Someone has to make sure he's always close by.
Here it is. It's really maybe, I'm going to tell you what, the difficulty on doing this is probably about a 2 out of 5, 1 or a 2, and that the hardest part of that is squeezing in and out of an area, and Katie can show you where I'm kind of squeezed in here right now, just sitting in here. And this, let me show you some of the other components that we currently already have on here. Here is our sumo springs. Put them on about 3 years ago. Down there, that is the blue ox. Let me come down here. See if I can get it on there for you. That's the blue ox. True center. I just wish it had a little bit more oomph behind that true center. But the next thing I wanted to do, now I had to, after we had a front end alignment done, we were totally messed up with the steering wheel. It wasn't on center, and that drove me crazy. So what I did was I had Katie hold the wheel straight, or to the side for me, but the wheels, outside here were going straight. I loosened this bolt off, I took this nut or the bolt out, pushed up on this here, and had her turn the wheel straight then, and then we brought it back down on, and you can split it right here. Just put a screwdriver in here, pry it open so it goes off and on easily. Not a whole lot, you don't want to break that off, you know what I mean, but just enough so you can slide up and down on the teeth there. Put it back down, and then put your bolt back in and tighten it back up. Alright guys, I wanted to just quickly show you something right here. You can see I'm on that right back there, the nut on the back side, and here I have a ratchet here, and obviously I need a breaker bar. I don't have a breaker bar, so let me show you a real quick trick here to do as a cheater. Grab yourself a big wrench. Okay, this is the biggest one. I think I have 1 1/16. Just take it, put it over your socket like that, or your ratchet drive, and of course just pull up, and see if I can do that. And then you just pull up, and then that will give you the leverage you need. So here's Katie. Grab this. Okay. See if you can film that. And now it's going to turn this back here until it hits that front axle, which will then allow me to loosen the nut up. There it goes. By the way, this side is so much easier because I don't have that exhaust pipe squeezing me inside here. That's coming from our generator. By the way, I did pre-soak all these for about a week now with just WD-40. Sprayed them a couple of times, and they're actually breaking right loose, so it's working out really well. Here we are. We got these torqued, got everything done, but I don't know if you guys can see the bottom of that sleeve right here. It's touching, which means that's going to go up and down. It's going to start rubbing on the bottom end of our shock. Because of Newmar, in their infinite wisdom, made a box that goes around the shock tower in order for them to run wires around, but they didn't make it big enough in order to fit shocks up in there. Yay! The reason why the Bilsteins worked okay is because the top end, this piece right here, is actually plastic on the Bilsteins. So I gotta get up here somehow and try to pry that open a little bit so that's not pushing on that sleeve, so that doesn't wear out my $200 shock. Okay guys, well, we got the shocks on. We also, over this past week, put two other items on. One, we exchanged the Blue Ox True Center with a Safety Plus. And we also put on the Super Steer rear track bar. I'm going to be showing you those next week, the installs. And then we're going to take this thing out for a ride, which me and Katie have already done. And we got it tuned in. And we will let you know what we think about all these modifications. Okay? So stay tuned. God bless and bye for now.